So, great. Thank you, Cesar, and happy to see everyone here. So, today I'm very, very pleased that we have Rafael Karczynski, and Diana Mitrovic speaking to us about the work that they do in Las Vegas. And they collaborate globally, but of course, they are based in Las Vegas and have a couple of businesses going. And there is a lot going on. It's not just casinos and new construction and the strip. There is so much more than meets the eye to Las Vegas. And the beauty of it is you can speak with anyone in the world and say Las Vegas, and everybody knows exactly where you're talking about. No one has to ask where that is. So, Rafael, I will leave it to you to share with us.
Great. Uh, thank you, Erika. Thank you everyone for joining. Happy to
You're
be
welcome.
here. Our plan for presentation is like what I kind of start with my personal story, kind of like some feedback, and then Diana will also add something about why Vegas, why Nevada, and where to go from here. Right? We are finally this is like a global chamber event, so we want to also talk about going global, not only being in Nevada. Okay, let me figure out if I can share the screen. It's always you never know. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, we can.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. Let me just minimize those videos. Yeah. So let me tell you my personal story. Like probably I still have strong accent, so you can tell that. And my last name is not like a probably not native for Vegas. I'm originally from Poland. I moved here 6 years ago. Um, and what brought me here, right? Why am I here out of all places? The story is kind of short and long, and it comes back to me funding with my dad a medtech company. So we are manufacturing medical equipment and software. And of course, I always wanted to go abroad. I always knew that Polish market is not enough for me. I always knew that we have to do more. We have to think about going to other countries, and that's what I was doing, But I was very successful in other countries, like I think like our first distributor was one of the first was Korea and Japan, right? So for many difficult countries, for us it was rather easy to get there. We had South America, Europe, Germany, Italy, all those big economies like in our portfolio, but we were always struggling with US. And only after and it was to the point that I have all the distributors and partners identified on the US market, but they were always ignoring me when I was reaching out to them because I was from Poland, and there are many reasons, but basically US is similar in this sense to Germany, but it's a very patriotic country, and local customers, local companies like to do business with US entities. So long story short, only opening virtual office in US kind of opened the market for us. But then there was this cooperation between Nevada and Poland because Nevada was expanding, I'll call their outreach. Nevada didn't want to be no longer only associated with gaming, with mines and things like that. So I think it was like around 2015, 2016 when this kind of outreach and bringing companies from other countries started. And because some of the people like doing those things on Goetz site were Polish, a lot of that cooperation was initiated with Poland, and one of those cooperation was a business mission that brought me here in 2019. And again, long story short, I like it so much. I like, during those 2 weeks, week in Reno, week in Vegas, I got to know this ecosystem, got to know, people here and community here, and I liked it so much. I like what I'm seeing. I noticed all the possibilities and all the things I could get from this ecosystem, but I decided to move, and we moved in July 2019, so very quickly. And that helped me really scale that company. Since then, I had partial exit out of it. I'm still involved, but much less. And I'm now engaged in other businesses. I'm mentoring, angel investing, but also creating other ventures. And one of the ventures I would be talking about today is Vision SNV. But let me kind of get through this story and tell you about the problems that I see. This is like universal in my opinion, because since I moved here those years ago, every year I'm in contact with other Polish companies that are still coming here, still trying their chances in entering the US market. And I had contacts maybe with over hundreds of them, and all of these things kind of repeat themselves. Either it's like Poland or Asia or Europe, the problems are usually the same. Let's call them challenges, maybe not problems. So when you come here, you have no connections, you have no network, and that's a big problem. So if you cannot create company here, right? But you still don't have connections, and without connections, you cannot do much in US. Connections are very important. You don't have recognition; people don't know you. You don't have market knowledge, which is very important if you to know if our product, if what we are offering fits the market, if what we are selling fits the market. There are cultural differences and silly things like how interfaces are built, how user experience is built in Europe versus US, in Asia versus US. All of those things make difference. And all of those things can be prohibitive for us when we enter this market. I'm not even mentioning legal differences, and all the tariffs and and things that we are experiencing nowadays. Those are just like but if you have connections, right? If you have business, then you will find the way to solve the legal problems, right? And tariffs problem, right? But the core is connections. And very often what I see is this approach of companies from Asia and from Europe. As I said, like I was probably already spoke with more than 100 of them. Always the same idea, trying to fish across the ocean. So the thinking is, okay, I will find the first customer first, and then I will commit. And that doesn't really work. Sometimes you may be lucky and get the customer first, but usually that doesn't work. You cannot fish across the ocean. You will usually not find the customer remotely. The way to do it is to commit. The way to do it is to show that we are local, to show that we want to be here, and then suddenly everything kind of opens for us. And the story I usually tell to kind of emphasize this part is when I came here on that business mission 2019, I was talking with UNLV, so our university, on doing some research, doing some R&D projects together, some publications, white papers and things like that. And first, it was like the conversation were not very easy. It was, oh, we don't need this. We are not sure if we really want to do this. So it was like not very reassuring. But I was talking with this person. He's now dean of School of Dentistry. And back then we were talking, like I'm saying, I have this plan of moving here, right? I like it so much. I see potential. And he was like nodding his head and saying, okay, like maybe we can do something. But next day he calls me and he said, like, like we have everything set up now. We have people that will be helping you, do this research. We have already team assigned. We know what we want to do. We like your product. We want to test it. We want to show that it works to the US customers. So for me, it was like a night and day kind of comparison, right? Like, oh, we don't need it, right? We are not. We really don't know if it's necessary. And when they learn that, okay, like I will be here, I will be local. Oh, yeah, we will help you with everything, right? What is your oyster? So that's kind of like this. This may be like a extreme example, but this is what I experienced myself, and what I'm now also telling others about being here, committing to the market is very important. So how it is usually done? Usually it is done with, you can, how to be here, how to build those relations. You can be here, right? You can come here, try to build those relations, which is not practical very often because it's expensive to be here. And so also there are like, visas and things like this that can prohibit you from that. And you can hire some consultants, right? That will do it for you, but it's also expensive very often, and especially for some Asian companies, for some Asian markets, for Europe, for Poland, for example, those are countries and people that are very risk averse, and spending a lot of money upfront is very risky, and they usually don't want to do it. They don't want to commit because they think this is very expensive to do. And that is why I kind of created the other way to do it. I would call it like visionary NV way. That is much less expensive and reduces this entry barrier for you. So makes this market entry much easier, and so kind of reduces the risk a lot and makes it easier and quicker, to be honest. So what is Visionary CNV? It's like a hub. It's a dynamic community ecosystem that gives you access to different perspectives, to different actors, different organizations in Nevada. So how it works, when you join as an international company, we provide you with an office, with a virtual office. So you have address, you have phone number. We sign you up with several chambers of commerce. So we kind of give you presence here. We give you this recognition here, but you are local, but you are committed. Even if you are still in your country, if you're in Poland, Serbia, Korea, Hong Kong, wherever, you are here. You already have address. You don't even have to have company yet, but you are present. And because of my strong relations with ecosystem, with organizations here, they trust that the companies we are bringing are really committed, but they really want to be here. And those are just their first steps on this journey. So when you join and you get all these perks, we start to introduce you to ecosystem, to important players, to Clark County, to City of Las Vegas, to university, to maybe even to some of elected officials that can help you kind of build your network. So this is the way to very steadily enter the market, enter the ecosystem. But why Nevada, right? Like going kind of back to why Nevada, why Las Vegas? Like I hear it a lot from companies from Europe, from Asia. Oh, we need to go to California, we need to go to Texas, we need to go to East Coast. And I always say, like, why? What's so special there? Just because there are like gazillions companies there. But the problem, they are saturated, they are oversaturated. I know one co-working space in Texas, in Austin, and they have like 900 companies registered there. And you really think like your company will be noticeable there? Not really. When it's so saturated, you really have to be special for people to kind of take notice of you. And I think like every businessman, like every investor kind of knows that you should be investing into places that are growing, not that already reached, their peak, but the places that are growing. And Nevada is such a place. Like in the years I'm here, like for 6 years, it changed a lot, it evolved a lot, and you can really see your actions kind of. I see what my actions, what I'm doing. I can kind of can see those things reflected in the ecosystem, reflected in what's going on in Nevada, in Las Vegas. But apart from this, this is great ecosystem, great business ecosystem. As I said, like VCs are coming here, angel investing, growing. Like I think like this Saturday or next, we have final of Angel NV contest, and the winner will probably get minimum of 400K investment. So this kind of things are happening here. You can get multi-million investment here. It's starting to happen here, and happens a lot. But also, from tax point of view, right? There's no income tax, there is no corporate tax. Living is still much more affordable, and quality of life is much better, than in California or even Texas. I always say like, oh, I have like 6 minutes to my kids' school to drive them. The further, usually it takes me 15 minutes to get somewhere. So I'm making fun of it. Like I have to go somewhere. It's like a 30-minute drive. I'm always like, oh, maybe we can do a Zoom call, right? Because it's so far away. And for many of you, probably from other cities, other countries, 30 minutes is nothing. Here, 30 minutes is a lot to commute. So this is one of those perks of being here, but also connections. Las Vegas Airport is connected to so many places, and we have 64 million potential customers coming here every year. And I'm actually talking a lot with City of Las Vegas, and they are telling me that this is what companies are doing, but they are using Las Vegas like kind of like a mousetrap for their potential customers. Because when you go to street, and you have all these billboards, right? All these screens, they used to promote, they used to promote like restaurants, shows, this kind of things. And now, it's okay, it's restaurant, show, but also Watson, also some ERP system. During CS, it was mostly electronics, digital things. So people understand, companies understand that those 64 million people coming here, those are businesses, those are entrepreneurs, those are their customers. And more and more companies are setting up showrooms here just to show what they are doing to bring and interest companies in this. This is like about taxes, right? What I already mentioned. No corporate tax, no personal income tax. And it's like in world of investing, because I involved in this. There are two main kind of places that you set up company in: Delaware or Nevada. And if it's something else, it's like always investors like, why, right? Why is in some other places? But now I know that Delaware is like introducing some new laws, and it's like I heard about this action, this kind of like movement to boycott Delaware because of that, and now we'll probably see more and more businesses coming to Nevada because it's like second best place to have business in. It's growing in terms of manufacturing, logistics, aerospace. Most of that's interesting. Like most of Nevada is actually aerospace test zone, right? And we in North, we have dedicated places to test drones. So it's a great place for these innovations. I like this, right? Because I'm from Poland, and in Poland, to be honest, we don't have natural disasters. So when we when you think about moving to US, you hear about those tornadoes, earthquakes, all this fires, and what's great in a way in Vegas, in Nevada, is that it's a very safe place. We don't have earthquakes here. We don't have tornadoes, things like this. So in that sense, I like it here because it's safe.
That's a
Um,
plus, Rafael.
yeah.
You're not kidding.
Yeah. It's like it's and it was like like we were moving from very small town in Poland, very very small town, like like 30,000 people, right? So to like 3 million people city, it was scary, right? It was scary. So the fact that that we don't have natural disasters here, it was a big plus. Yeah, so those are the kind of things that you can expect in Nevada, and like also from personal point of view, it's very accepting community. People are very nice, very accepting, and like my kids are going to school here now, and when we came, like when we came, it was nobody was kind of like. Mm, uh, the fact that they had like different accent was not a surprise for anyone, right? Okay, like everyone is from somewhere, right? So everybody was very accepting and kind of helping to get acclimatized here. So uh, personally, it's a great place to live in. So going back to visionaries, like I already told you a bit like how it works. I will be like moving to the end now, but just like to sum up what you can kind of how it works, because I think it's a kind of tool from entrepreneur to entrepreneurs. Because when I was like creating this community, I thought like, okay, I was in Miami for my company was in Miami for what, for 4 years, and I was not able to do anything there because I knew I knew no one. And what could I use as a tool to be successful, even if I am remote? So that's kind of like what you can expect from our community to get you started, to help you, make those first moves into the US. So will help you build a trusted network that will help you grow here. You will be valued and recognized. You access resources that will help you assimilate and grow. So first you are starting like with us, right? You make those first steps, then we help you establish company, then we can help you get some interns from UNLV, then we can connect you with some consultants, some other organizations, other people, other companies that can help you dig even more deeper into the ecosystem, hire people, rent more space, be more successful. We just help you kind of mitigate those early stage risks to get started. And then we just help you grow as a community. We help you connect with more actually like 8,000 businesses, because we have cooperation with Vegas Chamber of Commerce and Reno Sparks Chamber of Commerce, and Vegas Chamber of Commerce is like 6,500 members, and Reno's Chamber of Commerce is 2,500. So join us to join those organizations and also have access to those customers. So in the end, you will get your first customer. You will get information from the market. Is your product a fit or no, and how you should change it. But thanks to the fact that you are talking with people here, with actual people here, actually your partners, your potential customers, the entire ecosystem, you are getting those information firsthand. You don't have to have consultants that will be doing this, doing this analysis for you, because it's very expensive and probably you cannot afford this. So the secret to success is trust. You have to be trusted here. And to be trusted here, you have to have kind of backing, right? You have to be part of organization that gives you this seal of quality, I would say, right? That gives you this recognition and assurance. And what's cool about it, you can access this entire ecosystem online. As I said, you don't have to be here. We, of course, encourage you to come here at some point, right? Because you join, we give you office, we give you membership, you start building your relations, you dig into the ecosystem, and then you come maybe because we have like 2,500 trade shows here, right? Different trade shows a year. So for sure, there's not probably once a year there is something that is for your industry. So you can come during that show, meet with people you met on the community in the community. You can meet them in person, also get some new connections in the event, and then go back to your country and continue building those relations remotely. So this is kind of like a best mix to get most of your visit to the trade shows and most of our community. We give you strategic referrals and support, professional support if you require this. Some of our trusted members, trusted elements of ecosystem. Probably, if you are not from here, it doesn't tell you a lot. It's just like cool logos, to share. We have great ambassadors, and Diana is one of them. But we also have very strong. I would call it a consular core, honorary consular core with very good consuls from Poland, from Romania, from Korea. So it is not only about growing here, growing internally. It's also about going global, I would say. And in our community, I'll get back to that subject in a moment. I'll just like mention that we have mastermind session, case studies, spotlights where we help our members to kind of show what they are doing to others, and kind of help them get more of those connections of being in one community. But everything is online. But um, going back to this going global part. I think that's very important, and also that's why we are part of Global Chamber, and I also want to we want to cooperate more with Global Chamber, because we are planning to do this event in May about exporting, about going global from Nevada, from US. Even if you are a Polish company, if you are a Korean company, if you are like Asian or European or whatever company from outside, you can, when you establish your company here, you're becoming US company, and you can use US resources to go global. And this is like also what I did. My company started like in Poland. We had many distributors when I moved here, our HQ and R&D here, and we started to use resources here to fix our global distributor network. So we went. Diana may mention this, like we went together on a trade mission to Asia, to Middle East, to Turkey. So this is something that you should also think about. We are talking about coming to US, coming to Nevada, but at the end, this is just the first step in globalization efforts for you. So maybe like wrapping with this, thank you so much for your time. Maybe Diana, now I think it will be like a good segue to kind of to move to your part of the presentation. I will stop sharing.
Before we do that, Rafael, I wanted to say thank you for that. We have some questions in the chat that we will be sure to address before we wrap up today. But I really want to give you kudos for starting this, because first of all, it was a bold step to come into a much larger space and set up shop coming here to to Las Vegas. But in addition to that, I think, well, I know for sure from experience, what you have set up is key and instrumental, because a lot of people do really want to do business in Nevada. They're attracted to it. It is a great business climate. And on top of that, like you said, it's ripe with opportunity. There's so much landscape that it offers, whereas other cities, like you said, are already
Mhm.
oversaturated. So I think it's good. And I know that people really appreciate having a one-stop shop set up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really happy that you've taken this initiative on and that you're developing it and growing it. And for those who have their businesses in Las Vegas, it's definitely something we should be speaking a lot more closely with Rafael about to
Thank
help
you.
support
Yeah,
you and your
as
growth too.
yes, I said like my intention is not to be like consultant. I don't want to be consulting with this because I do other things. It's more about creating this landing spot, this community kind of spot where
Yes,
people come in here can access, consultants, they can access CPAs, they can access immigration lawyers and other specialists that can help or other local businesses or just advice, right? Where should I go to school, right? That was my when I was thinking about moving here, I was like asking people like, what's a good school? Where should I live, right? Where should I find a house, right? So that were my questions. So doing this for great people coming here to help them acclimatize. Um,
exactly.
Thank you so much. I put my LinkedIn and link to my calendar in the chat. So if you would like to afterwards, if you would like to talk to me, learn more, just schedule a time with me. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Rafael. And Diana, please.
You and thank you so much, Rafael, for this wonderful presentation. And really, I'm really happy also that one of the first successful companies that we helped relocate from Poland to Nevada was actually Rafael's company, and we had a great collaboration back then between Poland and Nevada, hosting many inbound delegations. And I was back then in my former role with Nevada Governor's Office of Economic Development, which was my actually first job in the United States. And on the international trade team, and I was also like SBA staff director. I see here like most of us, I guess, are from the United States. I don't know if anybody else. You can put in the chat if you're an international company so that they can maybe better suit the deck I have. And Rafael just told you, like, no matter whether you're in another state or present globally, you need to be in Nevada and to take advantage of all of these amazing opportunities that are happening outside of the gaming, hospitality, entertainment, and the strip area, or even at the strip, like related to the sports technology or new medical district area. And bioscience. Oh, I see. Gail is from Australia. Hi. Hope it's not too early over there. And how I came to the United States was 7 years ago from Slovenia, but I was originally born and raised in Serbia. And we had great careers in Slovenia, both my husband and I. I was in charge of the revenue programs, administrations, and fiscal sectors within Ministries of Finance for over 20 countries in Europe, and connecting them with Australian Taxation Office, for example, and International Monetary Fund or the World Bank. Great tax exempted salary and great opportunities over there. And my husband was a successful corporate director for 6 countries. And we played the green card lottery. I played it just for fun because I thought it doesn't happen to regular people. And we were about to buy a house in Slovenia. And one day my husband came back and he was checking the results. And he said, "Hey, you're selected. Let's go." So we decided on coming to Vegas because
Me
we had some
too. Me
friends.
too. I
Yeah.
also I'm
Yeah.
also like.
Yeah, and we had friends in Vegas who were in trucking and logistics company, as many people from like our Western Balkans are dealing with here in this region. And my husband said, "I want to be entrepreneur. I don't want to work anymore for the corporate and climb up that ladder." Yeah, we came here. I didn't know anybody except for those 2 friends, and I didn't want to drive a truck or work on a casino floor. So I was looking for some other opportunities, and I learned about Governance Office of Economic Development, their international trade division that was in charge of attraction of foreign direct investments, working with startups, also working on export promotion and diplomacy as well. So we hosted President of Poland. We had many ambassadors, and as you know, in Las Vegas, you have over 20,000 trade shows. And different conferences, and people love to come here. And also when they come, then they explore exploring nature, they go to Red Rock for climbing, they go to Mount Charleston, like 45 minutes away from Las Vegas. You can ski and go with your kids to have some relaxing weekend. And like plenty of sports happening, as we are a very active European football, American soccer family. So we are every day after work, like in a park, and kids are playing many different sports here. So and having also professional clubs in hockey, or we have also Raiders and the new Allegiant Stadium and new baseball teams and the women's champions in basketball, so and many others, and NASCAR weekends and Formula One driving through the strip. So there are many opportunities to get engaged into business. And actually, like for the Super Bowl, the committee was looking to do business with the local companies, and they had quota for doing for engaging and contracting small businesses from Nevada. So that was great, door opener for all of the local companies. And also, if you are doing any technology and you want to get connected to the major like gaming operators, hospitality players, then it's a little bit easier if you have your local presence. And after I left state government, I started my own business. And in the meantime, I joined the federal government, U.S. Department of Commerce, International Trade Administration. So in that role, I support like 4 states, rural areas, and helping U.S. exporters that have minimum 51% of the U.S. content, which means that either they make in the United States at least 51%, or have their services like R&D here in the US, then we can assist them through the network of US embassies and consulates abroad. So I cover rural Hawaii, rural Arizona, rural Nevada, rural Southern California, and I have 14 industries in Las Vegas. So next week I'll be at the Safety Security Trade Show. I see what's the name? ICS West, and then the NAB, National Association of Broadcasters. So yeah, and then many foreign buyers are coming here that are led by my colleagues from the US embassies. Many of them are looking for the opportunities to set up their presence. And we do tell them, like as per the Tax Foundation as well, Nevada was in the 2024, I believe, number 7. Number 1 was Wyoming, number 2, South Dakota, I believe Alaska, number 3, and I think Florida, number 4. Even Texas went a little bit down to the number 13, I believe California, 48. And here being in Vegas, whether Southern Nevada, and you're closer to the SoCal or Northern Nevada and that area around Reno, Carson City, Lake Tahoe, if you need proximity to the Bay Area, this is a really great place to live, to do business, to grow your family, and really have awesome colleagues and friends. So I would also like to share a presentation that I have for you. I don't know how much time we have, but definitely you can access the presentation later on. I'm happy to share with you, and then connect also offline. So in addition to all of these engagements, I'm also very active with the District Export Council. I believe we had here Joseph earlier on, and also on the World Affairs Council of Las Vegas, I'm the vice president, and many other different nonprofits, and Big Vegas Chamber, and many, I'm a member of, I believe, most of the chambers here. So this is a presentation about the services for the US companies that fulfill that criterion, 51% of the US content. And I also have a couple of slides for international companies and our Select USA program from the International Trade Administration, in case you're looking to come here. No matter whether you're a startup or a bigger company, we really love working with all, and most of our clients are small to medium-sized companies. So a little bit about the Department of Commerce, so people, that's US federal government. You have the link here also to check the offices, and we do have in the US field over 100 offices, and then over 120 worldwide that are located at the US embassies and consulates, as I said in the beginning. And in case we don't have our own foreign commercial officers from the Department of Commerce, then we work with our partner posts from the State Department. We see a big opportunity in export, for example, Korea. And do you see the whole slide? I just minimize. I guess now is it now better? I guess, yeah, Korea and Germany are
Yes.
exporting. Good. Over 40% or 47%. And we still have that opportunity to grow our US exports. It was, I believe this is also not the fresh data from the World Bank a couple of years ago, 11%, but it's not growing that much. And we, as the US government, are opening the door for the US companies in global markets, and we help you bid, also advocate for you for the foreign government contracts. And we have that, global network to help you if something is happening with your shipment, if something is happening with a local partner who doesn't want to pay for the agreed contract. We really try to advocate for you. And we help you with international business development. Almost everything like export counseling is free of charge for the US companies, and we have tons of like different services, whether it's an e-commerce innovation lab. I'll just quickly go through the slides because I have like 39 slides and not enough time, but you can come back and really you'll have my contact information so that you can check anytime. If you hear the noise in the background, those are the girls playing futsal. Futsal is also a growing category in our sport here. So Country Commercial Guides is a valuable resource where you can find lots of information about opportunities in foreign markets, and also different services we provide as well. For example, international company profile, we run background check and do due diligence for a foreign company that approaches you and want to do business with you. So our colleagues from the US Embassy go to their offices and talk to the leadership. They take pictures, and we provide a full report for you. So that's a fee-based service. And these fees, you can also find them online. That's, from 100, I guess, to $900. Single company promotion, if you would like an event overseas at the US Embassy or Consulate, sometimes at the US Ambassador's residence, then we can also do that for you. We can feature your services here on a call. I believe we also have a certain service providers, so we like to list them also on our business service listing. Happy to talk more about that offline with you, different trade missions, trade events, and also a representation at a trade show. I mentioned Advocacy Center. We would like American companies to win foreign contracts, and that's why we strongly advocate for them getting those contracts done. Some statistics, you will see how much international trade means, and also like some testimonials from our clients saying that we are a hidden gem in our government and a great resource. Also, some statistics about Nevada State. You can find more on the US Census and how much exports means more jobs in Nevada. Federal government established several rural export centers less than 2 years ago. So this is the new West Rural Export Center headquartered in Las Vegas that covers those 4 states, Arizona, Southern California, Hawaii, and Nevada. So we work with lots of our partners here in the state and regionally as well. And we would like to provide companies like more market intelligence and information so that they can decide which route is the best for them. Some services for the rural companies where you get listing of 190 countries, and and also I have to move. Sorry, this is too loud. And also different other metrics and reports, potential partner list, if you would like a list of potential foreign partners, and also we do lots of virtual meetings and help you sign that deal and make that sales happen. What's next? Like some photos from the trade shows or trade missions. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. And also, okay. So we love to award our clients with different expert achievement certificates. Thank you. And sorry, I'm moving to a new office, which is more quiet. And we also help our clients with the President Kennedy Award from the U.S. Department of Commerce. And while I was with the Governor's Office of Economic Development, I also submitted an application for the Nevada Governor's Office of Economic Development to receive that award as a service provider. And also companies can also apply. And I have a client from North Las Vegas that won that award last year. Different trade missions and events all listed on our website. Our trade.gov is a really amazing resource. Next big trade mission, trade winds, Sao Paulo, Colombia, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay. This is happening very soon, within less than a month. Yeah, in 2 weeks, we are going to have like 150 American companies going over there as an organized group. Last year, we had it in Turkey and Europe. Then the year before, Southeast Asia. And then before Southeast Asia, we had Middle East and Northern Africa. And then I led the largest ever delegation from Nevada, businesses and companies and universities to the major event, Business Development Forum in Dubai, and then companies could choose to different countries, to go to different countries and have organized meetings, Gold Key service. And Rafael's company was also one of the resources. Yeah, for the foreign companies, if you haven't heard about Select USA Summit, you have to check it out. If it's not too late, I believe you have 2 more days. If you would like to sign up for this Select Global Women in Tech program for mentees, and US mentors can also apply. I was mentor in my role with my own company. A few years ago, I went to the summit. I was matched with one company. It also won the tech competition from Europe, and now they're successfully here immersed in the US business ecosystem. Another great resource is the investor guide. Anything from the immigration to like formation of your company, that foreign companies usually struggle to find the right information. So it's available online, and all the updates are published over there. Some also information about FDI stats in Nevada, and the information like which industries and how many jobs are here created through the foreign direct investment. Yeah, for your kids or neighbors or anybody in your family. So careers and jobs. Currently, we do have the hiring freeze, but we do have these opportunities for internships as well. Last year, we also had for the Rural Expert Center, we were looking for interns and the researchers as well. So those were just some examples how we are engaging. And also last year, we had the fellowship program, like $35,000 to 20 eligible graduate students to spend summer in abroad. So which concludes my presentation. My contact information is over there. Feel free to connect with me as well on LinkedIn, and look forward to having you in Las Vegas and Nevada.
Diana, thank you so much. And would we be able to get a copy of that to look through more thoroughly?
Yeah,
Can we
absolutely.
email you for,
Yeah,
or
I sent it to Rafael, and if you email me, I'll send you. I can also send my email, and then just tell me
perfect.
whom should I share. Any questions? Okay,
Perfect.
Chicago.
Did you
Perfect,
put
yeah.
your contact information in there in the chat, Dijana?
Let me do that right away. I'll give
Thank
you
you.
my work
Very
phone
good.
and my email.
Great. So I've got Rafael.
I would like to open the floor for a couple of minutes. We have a few minutes left for questions. And first, if it's okay, Dr. Pauline put a comment in there in the chat, and I hear what you're saying because when I first got to Las Vegas, late 2001, it was coming from the East Coast. It was different and it took some time to get established for me. So please, do you have a question for either one of our presenters?
Not
No?
at the moment. I'm just listening mode, but I'll see you both at the lunch on Wednesday.
Yes.
But that was just what I heard from Las Vegans. But what strikes me is that when you're out of When you're outside the country and you're coming in globally, it's easier to connect.
Yes.
But locally,
Yes. And I think the landscape has changed too, because Rafael knows that things are different now from when you arrived 6 years ago. Diana, I'm sure you would agree the same thing. I know things were up, there was a whole different focus when I moved to Las Vegas back, like I said, in late 2001. It was a different climate, but now that things are growing and growing outside of the space of the service and hospitality industry and more international flights and promotion
Mhm.
of the um, ease of doing business in Nevada, you we're seeing so much more attraction of companies and people. A good example is in there's a portion in Las Vegas that has been renamed Little Ethiopia, and you have your your Asian town area. I don't even want to call it Chinatown because it's a beautiful mix of different Asian foods and businesses.
That's our
And this,
favorite part. Like every week, a couple of times, my kids eat fresh sushi brought from Japan here, and at
yes,
that Chinatown, Spring Mountain area, and many different
Yeah.
Koreans and Asian, Vietnam. I mean, every
everything,
yeah outside of the
exactly.
strip. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place there's so much opportunity, and I believe pioneering the way forward is the way you're doing it, Raphael, to give people that ease of coming in and connecting with people. It's just like what we experienced with Global Chamber. Now you have a trusted partner that you can reach out to, and you don't feel that you need to navigate the waters alone, which can be daunting, connecting with all the different resources like international attorneys and all of these factors that you have addressed wonderfully in Visionaries Nevada. So, does anybody have any questions for either Diana or Raphael?
Yeah, I just want to say something. I think I met both of you, at least Dijana at Joe Brown's
Yes.
lunch.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
you actually
We
guys
have.
do, right? It was meeting. Now this is really helpful. And Raphael, I moved here from Chicago last year. I had a friend in Chicago who's doing something very similar to yours, but for government contractors. But it's such a great model. And both of you, I think what you're doing is great to help people get a foothold here in Las
Mhm.
Vegas. So it definitely can work. And I think it's going to be great for Las Vegas for both of what you're
Thank you. Yeah, like I like it, right? I like it here. I want to give back because I like this
doing.
community. I want it to grow.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes,
And
we go ahead.
And sorry, there would be like we had that big event at Blackfire last year, celebrating World Trade Month and Expert Week, when Rafael hosted the Polish delegation. And also this year in May, I believe that we are also planning something,
Yeah.
Rafael, right? So if you happen to be here, we'll be, gladly I'm not really sure if it's going to be hybrid or virtual. In any format, you'll be invited to join us.
Yeah, that's the event Erica and Doug we were talking about, right? I want to bring you in for that.
Fantastic. Also, I would like to ask the question of both of you, as far as people who are not in the export-import arena,
Mhm.
people who are consultants from overseas or based in Nevada and have international clients. Are you incorporating them into the group as well? I would imagine so, but it seems
Mhm.
like there's been, to at least to this point, a bit more emphasis on those companies that are doing import export. Is that right?
Actually, no, it's like all the
Yeah.
companies that want to come here. And also I'm looking always for like those partners on this side. In anything that can be useful. Like recently I brought like a PR company, right? Because I think that some companies, it sounds simple, right? And it's mostly dedicated to like a smaller companies, but I'm talking also big companies, very big companies, but also like kind of risk averse. But when they,
Mm-hmm.
take few steps, right? They told me like when they are confirmed, they are like they are not taking prisoners anymore, right? So then they are very quick to act, and I also need kind of have those resources for them. If you want to act at some point, you are convinced. I want my community to have this kind of experts, companies to help you scale very quickly.
Yeah, and nobody is
To help you move.
excluded. Yeah, consultants, international, local, you don't have to sell anything overseas. Like we just like to link up those resources. Oh, I need something now with some CPA. I need something like, I need a new dress. I need this or that. Like that's what we all like to do. And Rafael really has that amazing platform where you can see videos, you can chat with them, you can meet them at different events, and you really find valuable information also about some local events with chambers, associations, and or
It's like
nonprofits as well. Yeah.
a one-stop kind of place to get you going, right? With small steps, from small steps to running at some point.
Exactly. Well, we are at the top of the hour. I don't know if there was anyone that had a question that we didn't get to, but we do have Rafael and Diana's contact information, so please feel free to reach out to them. And with that, Doug or Cesar, would you like to add anything before we close and go about our evening or morning, wherever you happen to be?
Thanks everyone for joining. Stay in
Thank
touch.
you.
Yes, we're
Bye-bye.
happy to have you. Thank you
Thanks,
so,
everyone.
so much. We're grateful to you all. Have a good evening
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Have a
or
good
good
one.
morning. Sorry, or good morning. Sorry. Thank you so much for this presentation. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good one.
So,
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye. Have a good
Bye-bye.
evening.
You too,
Ciao.
Anita. Bye-bye.
Cuídate. Bye.